Welcome to On the Line. Today I am joined by shooting guard for the Los Angeles Clippers. It is Luke Kennard. Luke, how we doing, man?
Doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. So I'm a big college basketball fan, and I think a lot of people remember you as being part of Duke, part of Duke's kind of height with Coach K and earlier, like 10 years ago. So being a part of Duke, what was like your favorite thing about playing for Duke?
Gosh, I mean, there's so many things that come to mind, but I think really just the feel, like the family feel of what Duke is all about. I mean, the atmosphere, not even just like playing basketball, but just being on campus. I don't know if you've ever been able to visit Duke, but you got to if you ever have the chance, you got to go to a game there. Just walk around campus. It's such a special place, but. Obviously, playing for Coach K. I mean, you mentioned it. He's the greatest coach to ever coach the game of basketball. So just to have that opportunity to play for him and then just go to school there, one of the best schools in the country. So I had a lot of fun and so many things to like about it. That's for sure.
So did it hurt a lot leaving the Midwest to go out to the East Coast?
It did. I mean, Midwest is home. It's where I grew up, where I learned everything when I was a kid. But it's a different change of pace. But I think change is good every now and then. So I'm loving LA. It's pretty great. No complaints. So it's just
So
got a
you've
new
been
house.
all over the place. You've been
I'm
the
all
East
over, man.
Coast, you've been Midwest, you've been to the West Coast, you haven't been to the South yet, but not missing out on too much
Exactly.
there.
Hey, no, it's all good. I took a lot of family trips to the South. We were a big Florida family. So
What
that.
city? What was the city for Ohio kids? Because like for us, it was Siesta Key. Like, what was your
Uh,
guys's?
okay. I've actually never been to Siesta Key, but we went to like Destin. Like Destin,
I was
Florida
in
was
Destin like a week ago. No, not even
really. I
kidding.
was I was there just like a few weeks ago with some friends on a little vacation. So
That's
yeah, we love
crazy,
Destin. It's a great place.
dude.
So
Love Destin. What's your go-to place then when you're there?
there's actually a restaurant. It's called Beauchamp's.
Okay,
It's one of my like go to spots. I've been there a few times, so yeah, it's a good little spot.
I'll have to check that out next time I'm there. So
Mm.
back to Duke. Back to Duke. So with Shire taking over, do you have any like? Obviously, he was your coach there for a little bit while you're at Duke. Well, like, do you have any good like Shire stories? Any good Coach K stories from back your time there?
Oh yeah.
Let's
I
do
mean,
Shire first. Let's do Shire first. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, when I first heard he was taking over, I was so pumped because he recruited me. Like when I was in high school, he was one of the guys that recruited me to go play there, and yeah, I love Coach Shire. I still talk to him all the time. Like me and him are really close. We're really good friends, so we keep in touch a lot. But yeah, no, Coach Shire's great. Like he would always play. Like he tries to play. When I was there, uh, like with some of the managers, like after practice, he would always go play, just like with some of the managers and stuff that we had, and he always talks so much crap, saying he never loses those games. So he's a real competitive guy. Coach Shire is a real competitive guy. He's passionate about what he does, and he loves to think he can beat me in horse. So we always played horse, and he shoots the craziest shots when we play. But no, Coach Shire is great, great guy. So I'm really excited that he's taken over and perfect guy, perfect coach to take over Duke for Coach K.
So he tried to take the
Yeah,
shortcuts to beat you then in the horse games. Like he was trying to do like off the wall, jump shot, spin
he's
360s.
like doing like 360, 1 foot, like opposite hand, like crazy stuff. But he makes them, so he's a pretty good horse player. But he still can't take me. Still can't take me.
Does Coach K ever pull anything like that? Coach K ever try to like pull up in practice and pull up a jumper, or is he kind of over that now?
Not really. No. I mean, there was one time. I think we're in Miami. We're playing Miami ACC road game, and we go to, I think it was just a shoot around in the morning of the game, and we get there. I remember we're all sitting on the sideline just talking before we start practice, just tying our shoes up. And I remember we looked down the court and coach is over there just shooting a couple free throws. I'm like, oh, okay, I see you, coach. There you go. I see you getting out there. And I just I'm still watching while I'm tying my shoe, and this dude is not missing. He literally does not miss free throws. So if your life is on the line, you need one free throw for $1,000,000, whatever it is. Pick Coach K. He will not miss. He will not let you down.
Really? That's still. You think that was what that was probably
I mean,
like 10 years ago? Think he can still do it?
yeah, like it was like just a few years ago. So yeah, oh yeah,
All right.
he's still got it.
Okay.
He's still got it.
You still got it? Okay, I'll take your word for
Yep.
it. So, being part of Duke and part of that time when you were there, I mean, you guys were like the villains of college basketball for most of the country. Not for North Carolina, but for most of the country. What was like your favorite
Right.
chirp you'd hear from the stands while you were at Duke? Like, what was the one where you're like, okay, that was pretty good?
I mean, you hear everything, like just so many different things. Like I don't know, you're terrible. Just the casual stuff, obviously. But for me, I mean, I still do. I had that long, like, just hair flow. It was
The
just
Bieber
flowing. So
style, the
like,
Bieber
I
style
always got
hair.
the Bieber.
Yeah.
I always got the Bieber chant. Blah blah blah. I got it in high school, so when I got to college, I was used to it. And at the time, I'm like, okay, look, Justin, I'm a Bieber fan. I like some of his songs, so it's cool. Come on, keep it coming. But no, I mean, those are just some of the casual chants, But it was fun. We did hear a lot of crazy stuff that I won't share, but it was part of it, and we enjoyed it. So we were just kind of used to it.
I remember in high school, like, I don't know if you ever saw anything like this, but when I was in high school, I think I was a freshman. All the seniors made us hold up this giant check that had like one of the guys' names on it. I'm not gonna say whose name it was, but we wrote down a name. They gave us this check for this other private school we were playing. They gave it to all the freshmen, and our principal comes up because I went to a private school. Says, "If you guys hold it up one more time, you're all getting suspended for a week." And so we had to quickly throw it down, but we were also proud of ourselves for that check. But
It's Yeah, there was one time. I mean, this was in high school, and I already committed to Duke, and we were playing away at this school, and I mean, everywhere we like played, it was sold out, like it was awesome. But there was this one student section. It was one of our rivals. They had like a North Carolina blue out, is what they called it. They're a purple and gold team, but like everybody wore like North Carolina gear and like light blue because I already committed to Duke, so they were I don't know. It was different, something I've never seen before, but and then they had like paper like with my face on it. It was great. Just they had tons of stuff. And then I ended up I got an and one in the game, and I looked in the stands. I think I flexed or something, just like screamed at the crowd. And this dude literally rushed me on the court.
really,
He ran on the court and like got in my face and was like pointing at me like I don't know what he was saying, but he got kicked out and it was crazy. I'll never forget it. But yeah,
that's nuts. So that's probably just some
no,
drunked out senior who just thought
yeah,
he was the
oh yeah.
man, just coming out there trying to swing. Did like security
Well,
right away
yeah.
come out there and get there? Were you able to get something? Were you able to say something back at him, or was it
No,
just
I
leave
didn't say
him?
anything. I think I was shocked or surprised, but it was part of it, man. I mean, I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Did you ever have anything like that happen in football? I know you're a pretty good football. You're a quarterback, right?
I was quarterback. Yeah,
QB
I
one.
played. Yeah, yeah. It was. Gosh, I played since I was. I mean, little kid. It was football, basketball. I played baseball, but never like too serious.
Yeah,
But high school, I was football, basketball. Didn't I mean you don't hear tons of stuff in football just because you're kind of farther away from everything. But
yeah. You can't have someone
um,
rush onto the field, or if they can rush on the field, they don't get very far. So you're not gonna have someone in your
no,
face.
like yeah, we got tons of yeah, they're gonna be on the ground, but
Yeah.
no, yeah, football was fun. I still love like to watch football. I still love like to go toss like football with some friends, man. But yeah, football was cool.
All right, all right. So this is kind of a weird question. So obviously you get drafted by Pistons, you're in the NBA, but you kind of go back and forth from the G League to the NBA. So when you're in the G League, is it more similar, would you say, to college basketball, or is it more similar to like the NBA in terms of style of play?
I mean, it's very similar to the NBA, and I think it's a great thing. Like for me, my rookie year, there were times like at the beginning of the year where I didn't play much, and I didn't play in the G League. I wish I probably would have played a little bit more. But no, it's very similar. Like because you run because each NBA team, most of them, they have a G League team. So like you run what your team is like going through with the plays, the system. You get acclimated to what the NBA is like. So it was good to get down to the G League a few times and play some games. And even when I got hurt once, I like kind of separated my shoulder and I did like a rehab game down there. Um, and it was great. Kind of got me into a rhythm. I guess I could say to help me, in real NBA games. So yeah, definitely more NBA like, and I think it's good. It helps guys prepare.
Was there ever a part of you, like, even though you're a rookie, was there ever a part like, dude, I shouldn't be going to the G League? Did you ever have that kind of like ego moment? You're like, dude, I don't need to go
I mean,
down there. I'm fine.
honestly, like not really, because when I first got into the NBA, like my first practice, I remember meeting like all the guys, and but then we got to like our first practice, and we have like, like Tobias Harris, Avery Bradley, like Andre Drummond, Reggie Jackson. Like we had some like pretty big time guys, and I'm here as a rookie, and um, they messed me up in practice. I'm like, oh, okay. I was not ready for this. Like I'm like, okay, I was like one of the good players at Duke, like ready to go to the NBA, first round pick. Like, all right, let's go. But I mean, they let me have it. So like, I'm like, okay, I actually need to, get better and get adjusted to the NBA, the style of play. So yeah, I never really had that moment where I thought I was like too good for it, but I thought it helped me out a lot.
Was that then your welcome to the NBA moment, or did you have like a real welcome to the NBA moment later on in your rookie season?
I mean, yeah, kind of, because I'm like, dude, a few years ago, I'm like playing 2K with these guys, and now I'm their teammates. Like it's crazy. But yeah, I mean, just like each game, I feel like we played like somebody big. I mean, each team has their superstar. So like when I was a rookie, seeing those guys and playing against those guys for the first time, it was pretty surreal.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, it was great. It
So
was a pretty cool
going
moment.
going to college and in the NBA too. So like let's start in college. Like other than North Carolina and Duke, like at those stadiums, what was your favorite place to go play?
Ooh, North Carolina, dude. Okay.
Other than those two, yeah.
I mean, everybody kind of says it. It's like Madison Square Garden in New York is like Duke's second home. Like
Yeah.
we played, I remember playing like I don't know how many total, like 5 or 6 total since like when I was at Duke. And we never really played in a like an arena or stadium like that. So Madison Square Garden was like it was fun. It was a lot of fun to play there. And I remember we had some big time games, and like celebrities would be there watching. So playing in New York at Madison Square Garden, like that was pretty fun.
That was like big ball, but still in the college level. Yeah, I get
Right.
that. So
Exactly.
what about the NBA stadium? What's the NBA stadium you love to play at?
Okay. Honestly, like I mean, Staples Center right now is awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, other than that, I mean, there's a few like when you go to like Golden State. I mean, it's always crowded and sold out. So like whenever you get a crowd that's like always there and it's like a filled stadium, like you can't beat that. So like I've always liked playing in Philly. Like Philly, their fans are great, so it's fun playing there. And then like it's always fun playing in the warm cities too, where you can like get outside a little bit. So
Yeah.
but yeah,
I know exactly what
Staples.
you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, Staples is great. Staples is great, man.
Oh,
It's
for sure. And
can't.
do you ever notice at these different stadiums like the rims might be softer? Like they have more of a shooter's
Oh,
bounce?
there are some. Yeah, not all rims are the same in the NBA. It depends where you're at. But yeah, definitely there's some stadiums that the rims are give you a little friendly roll, shooter's touch is what we call it.
Is
So
that why whenever you play the Pacers, you put up like 30 plus every single time you play them?
I mean, honestly, like I don't feel like their rims are as soft as others, but I don't know. Just must just be it's the closest city to home. So I always have a lot of people there. I don't know if that's like that helps out a little bit, but so I don't know.
Ever since you're a rookie, you just destroy us every single time you play, and it gets so
I
frustrating.
I love playing there. And like I said, it's like an hour 15 minutes from my hometown in Ohio. So like I always have so many people that show up at Indiana. So
Is that
yeah,
closer than Cleveland?
it's closer than Cleveland. Yeah, Cleveland's probably like 4 to 4.5.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right, because you're like right outside Cincy.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, that makes sense. That's okay. That
Yeah.
makes sense. So it's like a homecoming. That's okay. That makes more sense other than just you just love beating the shit out of the Pacers. But
Oh,
okay. So again, this is kind of the last question before I have a bunch of like really really stupid random questions. But what was the pressure like playing at Duke, and how do you compare that pressure to the NBA? Was it almost more because of the prestigiousness of Duke, or do you feel more pressure now?
um, I mean, yeah, when I first got to Duke, I mean, they just won the national championship. It was in 2015, and I was coming in the next year. So like it was yeah, even more eyes are on you. Like, you have everybody talking about you. Like so it I mean, there was a little bit of pressure. I mean, even just to win. Like I don't like Duke, I mean, they don't lose a lot. They like they don't have a losing record. Like they don't lose. So I mean, my freshman year, um, it was up and down. I didn't I had a very inconsistent year. But yeah, you felt a little pressure everywhere you went. But that's like why you go to Duke. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
like why you want to go there, to have that pressure, to be, in the spotlight. We were always on TV, like always in big time games, and it's a part of it. So it's not for everybody, honestly. Like I remember when Coach K was recruiting me, he was like Duke is not for everybody. Like you got to be here, like ready to work. Like it's not easy. School is not easy, but and there's a lot of pressure, a lot of spotlight around it. So I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. But the NBA is it's kind of the same way. I mean, especially like now with the Clippers, we're expected to win. We're expected to make it far in the playoffs and win a lot. So yeah, it's fun. I mean, that's why we do it, though. That's why we love playing basketball. That's why I love doing it. So just the competitiveness and pressure of playing, it's great.
Okay, so as I said a second ago, this is now time for these really dumb questions that like either I think of or like I see in your past that are just pretty easy. So the first one I got for you is when did you officially commit to the shooting sleeve?
Oh, okay. When did I do that? I think I might have done it a little bit in high school. I don't think I did it my freshman or sophomore year. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look, but I think my junior year of high school on, that is when I pretty much wore it forever. I do remember my rookie year of the NBA. I was like on and off with it, but I gotta wear it now. I feel like if I don't, even like during workouts, if I don't have one on, I feel weird. I don't know.
You
It's
feel
like just
naked. Yeah, I know what you're
yeah, I just
saying.
I
Yeah.
gotta have it on, or I can't start the workout. So yeah.
Remember the chirps like growing up is like everyone if you wear it when you're like 12 or 13, he's like everyone would yell like that kid's not a threat, but he's wearing a shooting sleeve, like he's a threat and jokingly say all that. Did you ever when you first started wearing it, were you like, dude, they're just gonna chirp the shit out of
I mean, like
me? But you
I
were a
figured I
threat,
would like
so
get a,
it worked.
yeah, I figured I would get a little bit, but like when I was that age, I was killing kids, so it's like whatever.
You can
But
handle it. Yeah.
yeah, no, I
If I
can
were to
handle
wear
it.
a sleeve, I'd get chirped out of my mind. It would be ugly, but next question
Yeah.
I got then is it called cornhole or bags?
Oh, cornhole,
Okay, good.
Midwest,
Good. Yeah, no.
Midwest is cornhole,
Except for
right?
Chicago. If you're from Chicago, you think it's bags, but everyone else in the country calls it
I've heard both,
cornhole.
but yeah, cornhole,
Yeah, it's cornhole.
100%.
Is it?
That is my game.
I was gonna
Like
say,
that,
aren't you? Is it true you're the best in the NBA?
100%. Yeah, I don't think I would lose to anybody in the NBA.
You got to set something up with that. Got to make a little competition out of
We
that.
do.
All right.
Little
Well,
off season, little off season cornhole tournament.
oh,
Invite a bunch of people.
yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Okay. Next one I got for you then is do you handpick the game day fits or do you like hire someone to do that for you?
Um, so my girlfriend actually helps me out a little bit.
Really? Okay.
Every now and then I'll be like, okay, I just want to wear jeans and a sweatshirt. And that's like my go-to kind of thing: jeans, t-shirt, jeans, sweatshirt. But every now and then I'll be like, okay, let's it's the weekend. Let's spice it up a little bit. So she'll help me out every now and then.
Okay.
But
Do you ever feel pressure, like, to wear something a little extra, or is it one of those things like, "I'm gonna let the other guys do that. I'm just gonna be me."
yeah, see, I think I've like tried to wear something crazy before, and I can't do it. So I'm just pretty basic, easygoing. Just a plain simple. I can't wear anything crazy. I just don't feel like I can pull it off.
Can't wear, like, the safety vest like Russell Westbrook did that one time. That
I
you have to really be able to pull that stuff
I
off.
don't think that's my style. I don't know. I just don't think that's my style.
I know it's not my style, so oh, what's the most Midwest thing you still do?
Um. Oh
'Cause it sticks with you
goodness.
forever. It's just one of those things where you do, you're like, "Dude, what the fuck is that?"
I mean, I think I think it's like like I call it pop, and a lot of people call it soda. Is
Yeah.
that a thing? Like,
Yeah,
that's
I
a
do the
thing,
same
right?
thing. I do the same thing.
What do you call it?
I call it pop.
Yeah, I call it pop, but like everywhere I go, it's like soda is like the thing. So like yeah, it's pop.
It's pop.
Pop me my soda.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it's pop.
you
Yeah.
can get in a debate with that like for hours. It's crazy. Like I've talked to somebody about it, and like Yeah, we didn't come to a conclusion at all.
You can be in a bus, be in one of those like bus rides where it's just miserable, or plane rides where it's just miserable, and just kind of bring that up, and then you guys are good for the rest of the trip.
Oh yeah, rest of the flight, you need to kill some time, bring up soda or pop conversation. Yep.
What's the weirdest hobby you picked up from quarantine?
Weirdest hobby? Ooh. Um, I mean, I'm a video game guy.
Yeah.
I love playing video games, but I mean, I didn't really do anything like too crazy. I started watching more like TV shows. I wasn't like a big TV. I was mostly just movies, but I think I started watching some TV shows, and now I'm like always trying to find a new show to watch. And yeah,
What
I
was the
mean,
big
video.
show then? What was the big show that you watched?
I mean, the last that was when like the Last Dance came on. I mean, obviously, like
All of us
I,
watched that. Yeah.
everybody watched that, but like I don't know, just some. What did I watch? Like Ozark was what I.
Oh my god, that's a good show. That's a good
Oz-
show.
Ozark was great. I can't
Yeah.
wait for just a few shows, and then I'm on Ted Lasso right now. It's pretty
Nice.
good. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Still got to get into that one. I
Oh
still.
yeah,
It's just because it's on Apple and I haven't paid for. I don't want to
Apple
pay for the
TV. Yeah, yeah,
subscription.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's good. But yeah, just TV shows and video games.
I
That's
got a
like
lot of
basically.
people in The Sopranos, and I got so in the war zone during that time. That's what
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah. Warzone is like my thing. But The Sopranos, that's one that I still need to watch. Someone told me about that one.
You haven't watched The Sopranos yet?
No.
Oh, highly recommend.
Okay.
Highly recommend.
Next, it's literally like next on my list, so I'll look at it.
All right. So, what's the most embarrassing thing you've ever done on a basketball court?
Oh, most
Not like
embarrassing.
getting crossed up or something like that, but like what's like
Well,
something like maybe I don't I can't think like your shoe explodes or something like that.
right, right. Honestly, like nothing off the top of my head, but like I don't know. Well, my freshman year of high school, we're in a state playoff game, and we're playing at University of Dayton, like their arena. It's like where we played our games.
Yeah.
So it was awesome. And we're playing this like really good team out of Dayton, and they had this kid on their team that like is because he could just jump out of the gym. He was like so athletic, like the most athletic kid in probably Ohio at the time. And I think I had the ball and I turned it over like in the backcourt. I was by myself. I turned it over, and it's two guys bringing it down on like to me, and the kid that can jump like crazy was right like on this side, and the other kid had the ball, and I'm backing up, and I know he's like gonna throw the lob to him, but so I start like backing over to the guy that can jump, and as soon as he throws it up, I just like try to like get under this guy, and he literally like jumped over me, like I
Oh
turned.
no.
He literally jumped over me and dunked it. Like literally, seriously. Like I went in between his like it was crazy. So yeah, I was on some highlight mixtapes, and yeah, like at the time, freshman high school, I'm like, this is not good. This is not fun. But it happens.
It
You get dunked.
happens.
I don't know if you get jumped over all the time, but you definitely get dunked on and crossed. That happens. But getting jumped over, that was
I usually don't play against people who can dunk that well, but the only times I ever have, I know if I see the guy running down the floor, I'm not taking the charge because I'm playing like pickup. I just get out
oh,
of the way. I,
just
I
move,
I'm not trying for it.
just get out of the way.
I'm not
That's,
risking it. You can
that's
have
the
that layup. I'm not getting nuts in my
smart move.
face.
See, I tried to save the day because I turned it over, and then I tried to make a play, but
Trying to be Superman right after. That's the
I
other
would have
thing.
been on,
That's like the mental thing. You're like, I got to make up for just getting just
yeah,
destroyed.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have been on Shackton a fool for sure if that was a thing then.
Do you
So
ever have PTSD in the NBA? Then when you see that, when you're like you're on the court and you see, I don't know, you see like Zion and I don't know, like Jackson Hayes coming at you, or you're just like,
oh,
oh no,
know you're not really like probably gonna block them. So if anything, you just gotta like try to foul them like really hard. But like
gotcha.
most of the time, you'll just like do a little fake like this, and then just get out and just let them dunk. I mean, you see it all the time. But yeah, probably try to take a hard foul if you can. But
If it's not
it's
possible, you
tough
just got to
to
get
stop,
out of the
it's
way.
tough to
Yeah.
stop guys like that.
Oh, 100%. So we said it earlier. How good of a quarterback were you on a scale of 1 to 10 in high school?
Well, a scale of 1 to 10. I don't know. I'd probably go like 7.
Okay. Weren't you
So,
getting recruited by a couple schools out of it too?
yeah, yeah. Some Midwest schools. I bet like Louisville.
Oh,
And then like
D1. Oh, you really were D1 QB1.
few D1. Yeah, yeah, a few D1. So yeah. I
All
mean, football was great. I didn't play my senior year, which was tough. Um, it was a tough decision, but I committed to Duke my junior year. So I'm just like, I'm just gonna take my senior year, focus on basketball, and I didn't play football my senior year, so
It's not worth the risk at that point. Nah,
it wasn't. It
nah.
wasn't. And I knew I wanted to do basketball like the entire time. I love basketball, so
And
that
it
was
worked
mine.
out. I mean, you're in the NBA, so it definitely
Right.
worked out.
It worked out.
When did you first ever dunk a basketball?
8th grade.
8th grade? Did you try to dunk on
8th
someone?
grade.
Like, was that then right after that, did you try to dunk as much as you possibly could?
Well, like in practice, I was dunking like all the time, but not like crazy. I was just like lifting it up and just like getting it right over like this. But
Yeah.
like in the game, I was just by myself in the. I wasn't like my freshman sophomore years when I started to like dunk like two hand crazy, like not crazy, but two handed and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
8th grade, I was able to like get up and just get over and grab the rim. So it count. I counted it 8th grade. So
Counts. Do you ever have any kids come up to you thinking they can beat you one on one?
oh my gosh, all the time.
Really? Do you
I
ever just
mean,
do
not
you ever just beat them? Do you ever just like, all right, let's do this real quick?
see that's like stuff you'll hear on the road. Is like you'll hear little kids. You're sitting on the bench and you in the back. I could take you one on one like all day. Yeah, I could. That's just stuff you hear. It's funny. It's like all right, man. But you
So
know,
you've never been out. I know, like I know. I mean, I've talked to Scal a couple times, and I know he always says like it just happens all the time. Like he went viral a couple months ago when the guy
yeah,
literally went up to him and was like, "I'll challenge you to your shoes. I'd like to beat you one on one," and then he beats him 11-0.
right, right. So like I have a basketball camp in the summers, and there's some kids in there like, oh, let's play one on one for yeah. They'll like try to throw something in there like your shoes or your I don't know something. Um, I'll be like, all right, let's do it. We'll wait until everybody's in here so everybody can see it, and then we'll play in front. We'll have a big crowd so everybody can see it. And then I'll kill them. So
Did you ever have any moments playing those guys? You're like, oh shit, he might actually get me. Any of
like
those?
some of the kids.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's some like at the camp that I have back in Ohio. There's some really good like athletes in Ohio, like good basketball players. So
What's the age
yeah, I mean,
range?
what do you say?
What's the age range? Like, is it high school?
No, it's I think 3rd to 8th, like
Okay.
3rd to 8th grade. Yeah, and there's like yeah, it's like an overnight camp kind of thing. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, there's some good athletes that come through there.
Oh, I bet. Oh yeah, Ohio's a really good athlete school, or like
Yeah,
athlete state, just because you get a ton of you have a ton of guys that come out of there.
right.
And so I got two more questions, both about the bubble. Number one, what was the worst thing about the bubble?
Well, I didn't actually go to the bubble
You didn't.
because at the time I was with Detroit.
Oh,
We
that's
didn't we didn't
right.
make it. We didn't make it to the bubble. So what we did was while that was going on, well, it might have been like after, but we like teams that didn't go to the bubble, they could do like a midsummer training camp bubble.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So I remember being in Michigan, working out, like testing every day, like just crazy. And then I remember they're like, okay, we're gonna do this for 2 weeks. We stayed in a hotel in downtown Detroit, and we only went from the hotel down to the bus, over to the gym for like a couple hours, back on the bus, then back in your room. You couldn't leave your room. Like you couldn't do anything. It was crazy. Like just so strict. I mean, I talked to guys at the bubble and like just I don't know. I mean, I think just the testing every day and then not being around like your family a lot. Just little things because that made it kind of tough. But yeah, I wasn't there for that long period of time like some of those guys, like months. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I
we
would
didn't
say, but
go.
you had almost worse because you're just doing. You're not even playing. You're just doing like practice. Like,
Yeah, we were just like scrimmaging and doing practice, and yeah. So
also that's also how crazy how quick the NBA, how fast the NBA moves. Because I swear I thought you were on the Clippers. Like that was me trying to be like, oh, I
right,
remember he was because you were traded what that next season,
I was
right?
traded like not long after that because I was traded on draft night last year. So last summer was the bubble,
Yeah. Oh, okay. And then it was like,
and then we had our little like bubble in Detroit, and then when the draft came up later in the summer, I got traded on draft night.
oh my, like the past three
It
seasons just
it was like
blend so
yeah,
much. It's
I know.
crazy. It's crazy.
It's been a crazy couple of years, that's for
Oh,
sure.
yeah, it's been
But
nuts. Anyway, so that's what I got for you, man. So to wrap it on up, I mean, if you have anything you want to promote, go ahead, man. It's all you.
I mean, nothing right now. Just I'm excited. I'm excited for the NBA season, man. I mean, it's coming up. It was a shorter off season, but you know, go Clippers, man. Everybody go root for the Clippers. Get you a Kennard jersey while you're at it. It's let's go. Time to go.
Let's do it. 100%. So for me, for Luke, we're out. Peace.